Hey guys, Michael here. Today I have very exciting news for the non-filers and people who have not yet received their stimulus checks. There's not many people out there making videos to help the non-filers, so if you're someone who's a non-filer or you have not yet received your stimulus check, well then this video is for you, so keep watching. Before we get started, it says that 95% of you watching this video right now are not subscribed to my channel. So if you'd like to stay up to date on the stock market, on stimulus checks, on how to make money in general, well then please be sure to subscribe to my channel so you can be notified when new videos come out. Before we get into the specific timelines of when non-filers and other people will be able to receive their stimulus checks, I want to go over a couple pieces of exciting news. The first is that a lot of people who had that April 29th deposit date on the Get My Payment tool actually received their checks deposited to their account this morning at 6 a.m. So if you saw a deposit date of April 29th or April 30th, go ahead, check your bank account right now because it may already have been deposited this morning at 6 a.m., which is great news. Next up is with the Get My Payment tool, the IRS fixed a number of bugs this weekend. The first is that if you were trying to input 0 as tax refund or amount owed, it would not let you get into the system. However, now you can input 0 and this bug was fixed. In addition to this, the next bug that was fixed is that some people were for some reason just not able to input their direct deposit information into the tools. And they said they typed everything correctly, they double, triple checked it, and it just wasn't working. But now this issue is also fixed. So if you had trouble inputting your direct deposit information, go ahead and try and do that now as well. Moving on, let's go over a quick recap of what a non-filer is before we get into the timeline. So a non-filer is anyone who makes $12,200 a year or less individually, or $24,400 a year or less as a married couple. And in addition to this, anyone who for some reason doesn't need to fill out their taxes, whether they receive benefits or any other reason, they are also considered non-filers. So moving on, let's talk about the timeline for non-filers. A lot of non-filers have not yet received their stimulus checks. They use the non-filers tool. It said they were approved, but they haven't gotten their stimulus checks yet. So don't worry about this. This is because the IRS had to process your information in the non-filers tool first before uploading it into their system. So the reason you have not gotten your stimulus check yet, and the reason why it's not uploaded in the Get My Payment tool and you can't use that tool, is because the IRS is still processing your information. So I know it's annoying that you get an email that says you're approved and everything's good, but when you go and check the Get My Payment tool, it's not working. But that's simply because the IRS is still processing your information. So you may be wondering, well, when am I going to be getting my stimulus check? So if you're getting it via direct deposit, as soon as the IRS processes your information, you should be getting it via direct deposit. They're sending out millions and more checks this week. So if your information has already processed, well, then you should be expecting to receive it this week. However, if your information has not been processed, well, then there's no timeline on that. Moving on, if you're expecting to receive a paper check in the mail and you're a non-filer, the good news is you're going to be in the first round of stimulus checks. So they've already started to send out paper stimulus checks, and they go to lowest level income people first, and it's going to slowly work its way up to higher levels of income. So this is good news for the non-filers who are expecting a paper stimulus check in the mail. So basically, the only reason why non-filers still haven't received their stimulus checks or aren't scheduled to receive it soon when looking at the Get My Payment tool is because the IRS has not yet processed your information. And I know that's annoying because you could have done everything right. You filled out your information as soon as the tool went live. You did everything you were supposed to do, but the IRS, their system is outdated and it's slow. They can't handle all of these applications and process all of this information as soon as you get it inputted. So that is why it's getting delayed for non-filers while millions of other people are still getting their checks. So I know that that is annoying, but just keep checking the Get My Payment tool. Hopefully you'll be able to see a deposit date on there soon if you have not yet already. And finally, I just want to address a concern I've been seeing a lot in the comments, and that a lot of people are still seeing the status not available message, and it's frustrating them. They're getting worried because a lot of people are getting their checks and they're still getting that status not available message. Well, you're getting the status not available message for one of two reasons. It's either because you're not eligible, which isn't the case, because if you're a non-filer, you use the non-filers tool, you're eligible. You qualify in the income level bracket, you're eligible. However, the other reason is because they have not yet processed your information, which is the most likely reason why you're still getting this message. They already updated the system, so the status not available message doesn't come up every time anymore. So if you get the status not available message, it's most likely because your information has not yet been fully processed. With that being said though, there is great news today, and that is just that millions of people are getting their stimulus checks today at 6 a.m., even though it says they'll be getting deposits later this week. So just go ahead and check your bank account. If it said you were supposed to get a deposit this week, Hopefully you got a deposit this morning and you got it even sooner than you were expecting. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and took some value out of it. If you have any questions, whether that's with the stimulus checks, the stock market, how to make money in general, please be sure to leave them in the comments down below and I'll try to answer as many as I can. With that being said, don't forget to get your 2 free stocks valued up to $1,400 when you sign up for the Webull investing app using the link down below. 1 free stock when you sign up for Robinhood. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like the video down below, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.